Oseo!
Oseo!
All the Cherokees are still with me. I'm continuing from what I was talking a while ago with this theme. Basically moving towards the winter solstice and what I refer to as the conception of the cosmic great mother as the main event. What actually coordinates or correlates, a human female with this cosmic female being, well, that's what people have done. As far as I know, Turtle Island, by Turtle Island I mean pretty much North America, is all in the matriarchal, matrilineal, matrifocal, and all that. Mexico, yes, but the priesthood of those societies seems so overbearing. A little bit like over in Greece, there was Athena, there's the Athenian gentleman, but I don't know that women, really had all the equality they would have liked to have. Anyway, I'm trying to say that sort of thing. So I'm acquainted with these things in North America, in Turtle Island, that's the way I'm referring to it. Mainly how the young woman, when she comes of age, and that is her basically, her blood flower, her menses, and what sort of way that she's introduced to that. We're familiar with the Navajo Quinalda, we call it. The Apache is very similar. But people have different ways of it, and that's what I'm kind of talking about here. And I'm going to kind of refer to here my illustration. This photograph here is Edward Curtis. He doesn't give me much information. It is a woman that the Americans would call Apache. But the people that are being called that are various nations, under that term. But he hasn't told me, is she a Chiricahua, is she a Mescalero, nor has he told me her name. And so I'm just having to refer to her. And this title here is Strawberry Moon. Strawberry Moon was, I don't remember what month, but earlier this year, and how that fits in with the rose. The strawberry is actually of the Fragaria family of the rose. So it's part of the rose family, so I can make it relevant in my rosy theme here in that way. And also seeing that this is a young woman. Down here I have, this and all that last week I said I give it the nomination of Rosio as our godchild. And below the doll, that this is a stone. This is a fertility stone. And actually the name there, I go with the Lakota name for that, is Tunkun Ishnati, meaning puberty spirit rock. And how that this is used for the ritual or ceremony for the young woman, because she's a maiden up to this point. A furrow has been made, or is already there. Now this furrow is something that goes through all the female cultures throughout forever. And sometimes all the backcountry up here was all matriarchal up until the arrival of basically of the English cowboys that started killing everybody up until 1850. So there are many sites of her. If you ever go out to Desert Tower, actually, there is quite legible in there what we're calling them yoni stones. So yoni is really a Sanskrit word for source. So you get the idea, and how the furrow fits in this. Olu Blue is the Lakota name for that. In the Ramayan, the Hindu Ramayan, Sita, her name is also the furrow. And someone might remember the American poet who wrote, love is also the upright axe in a furrowed field. So how all of this furrow fits into everything, and sometimes actually included in any kind of clay representations. Of course, you can imagine if you turn this tile over, I could say, well, this is a furrow. You can see all of that. So the young woman is laid in this furrow. It may be made warm with rocks, preheated rocks. So she's got to be comfortable laying there, and various herbs, greenery, maybe even sweetgrass, will accompany her, will be put there with her. And this stone is laid here. She's laying down, and it's pre-warmed, and it lays here on her lower abdomen like this. And this is basically symbolic at this point in order to facilitate painless childbirth. Such a thing could actually be employed in an actuality if somebody is having difficulty with childbirth, maybe on that. But that's what this stone is. I've reddened it by applying to it the Hindu kumkum powder, which is something that is ubiquitous in India in reference to any goddess, especially the 9 nights, the Navaratri. So that's what the red powder is, so that I could, demonstrate this particular stone in this way. So even the clay jar that's here also all represents her. So the rose, I'll call it this rose toti, this rose symbol that's painted on that, also means her moon blood. Everything here in this culture refers to her menses. Moonflower, moon blood, that kind of thing. You understand what that is. And I have here a poem by Mary Oliver, and she's titled this Peonies. Now, peonies are not related to the rose, but it is interesting because peon means healer. And here in Native America, Waheya would be a medicine person. So that's the emphasis in the name of peonies, means healing and so forth. You hear what she has to say about this. Title, Peonies. This morning, the green fists of the peonies are getting ready to break my heart as the sun rises, as the sun strokes them with his old buttery fingers, and they open pools of lace, white and pink, and all day the black ants climb over them, boring their deep and mysterious holes into the curls, craving the sweet sap, taking it away to their dark underground cities. And all day under the shifty wind, as in a dance to the great wedding, the flowers bend their bright bodies and tip their fragrance to the air and rise, their red stems holding all that dampness and recklessness gladly and lightly. And there it is again, beauty, the brave, the exemplary, blazing open. Do you love this world? Do you cherish your humble and silky life? Do you adore the green grass with its terror beneath? Do you also hurry, half-dressed and barefoot, into the garden and softly and exclaiming of their dearness, fill your arms with the white and pink flowers, with their honeyed heaviness, their lush trembling, their eagerness to be wild and perfect for a moment before they are nothing forever? Maybe this is what love is and always will be all my life.